If you are a creative, multi-passionate person and you have lots of ideas that you generate throughout the day, but at the same time, you have so many that you can't stay organized, this video is going to share some ideas and strategies on what you can do. This is the Efficiency and Organization YouTube channel. This channel goes with the efficiencyandorganization.com website. I share ideas on how you could be productive, have systems in your life, have very good planning and organizing skills, so that way you can achieve a lot in your life, have excellent time management, and use your time very efficiently to do everything you want to do. So I'm going to share with you two main things that I think are going to help you, because I consider myself to be a creative person too. I often get ideas, I think really good ideas, but it's like I'm working on something. I don't want to stop doing this and go towards that. And this is especially important if you're in a leadership position, because oftentimes in leadership positions, we have a tendency, we're like on a course, on a path, we're going somewhere, and then all of a sudden we're going this way, and all of a sudden we're going that way, and it creates a lot of frustration with everyone who works with us. And so this is what I do to keep myself organized, and it works out really, really well. Step one is what I call my project folder. So every time I get an idea, I take a folder, and then on top of it, I have a piece of paper that I attach. So I will have a link for this that you can download from the website. I'll put it in the description box of this video. But basically, I just write at the top what my idea is. And they could be like on any aspect of life. Lately, a lot of them revolve around my content creation business, but not always. So sometimes, like especially when it's springtime, I start to think about my spring cleaning. I would make one for that. Then I start to think about my backyard, how I could decorate it differently, do things differently, because I do spend some time outdoors. When the weather is nicer, I make a project folder for that. Okay, so then once I have the project folder, I at least know that my idea is written down. I'm not gonna lose it. I'm not gonna forget it. However, I don't just go and act upon it. And that's the big mistake that we sometimes make as creatives. We go in and we're like stopping everything and now focusing on this. And the truth is we cannot do 10 things at the same time. It doesn't work. That's why a lot of times now you hear people say stop multitasking, and that's what they're talking about. They're basically saying you cannot have 10 really big things happening at the same time where you're doing them effectively. You're only going to give like maybe 10% here, 10% here, 10% there. But instead of that, how about just focusing on 2 things or 3 things? And so let's say you only focus on 3 things, each one will get 33.3%, right? Like if you divide 100% into 3. Based on that, I choose my project folders. So I'm going to show you where I keep them. I have them all right here. These are some of the projects and things and ideas that I have, but they're just kind of sitting there right now. I go through them every single Friday afternoon. I go through and I go, okay, what can I work on this week? And I basically choose about 3 to 5 things that I know for a fact I can accomplish. If I accomplish them, great. I take out the cover sheet from it, I remove the staples, and then I put them back into like my supplies. If I don't accomplish them, they still stay with me until I work on them. Now, it could be, for example, one of my ideas, I already have 2 books out that I have published, and I will have the link for those in the description box if you'd like to take a look at them. But I'm trying to work on the 3rd book. So guess what I did? I made a project folder for it. Okay, but that's not, writing a book for me takes about 7 months, 8 months. It's a lot of work. I can't just do it in a week. And so that stays with me for until like the entire duration, the 7, 8 months. So guess what? If I'm picking 3 to 5 things that I know I can work on each week, I cannot, like some of those have to stay there until I have like a folder done. So basically I can only have 3 to 5 folders on my desk per week. So if I have chosen to give a lot of time and attention to writing the book, that's one project. So that means the rest have to stay. Okay, so the last part and the most important part, I think, is figuring out which ones to choose. So let's say you're like me and you have like 20, 30 ideas that are floating in your head. Okay, so let's say your pile looks like my pile where you have like a big stack. How do you choose which ones to work on? I came up with like a systematic way of figuring out what my main values are in at this point in my life, and based on that I have goals. So my top 5 things that I chose for this year and for next year and for last year have really been the same. Finances, so personal finances is 1, family, that's number 2, travel is 3, and I have a couple of other ones. So based on those, and the way I came up with those was I didn't know what like my core values were in my life, and so I just went on a list that I found and I circled the ones that resonated with me the most, and then I brought it down to like only 10, and then from that 10 I prioritized only like my top 5. I have an article that I wrote about that, like how I chose my core values, and I'll put that in the description box also. And that was really important. So like I don't have a core value of health right now. And if it's not that important for me right now, then that means why am I making like some kind of a project where I'm going to run marathons this year? I'm not going to do that. I might write it down, like I could say a Disney marathon or a Disney race, right? But and I could write it on one of my project folders and I could put it there because maybe that's something I want to do down the line that's on my bucket list, but not right now. That's not like important for me right now in my life. So that's how I choose what I'm going to work on. As a creative, multi-passionate person, I only am going to pick the projects and tasks and activities that speak to my top 5 values right now. So just to summarize, you're a creative person. That's awesome. Everybody wants to be like you. They do, because creativity and being able to come up with creative solutions to problems is one of the number one sought after things in this world. So that's really awesome that you're a creative person. But how do you keep yourself on track with your ideas, with all the gazillions of thoughts that you have? Easy. Write them down, okay? Put them on these project folder things that I'm telling you. Then choose the ones that to work on each week. So once a week, go in and choose the folders. Choose anywhere up to 3, if you can up to 5, but I'd say 3 that you are going to accomplish. And don't get any of the other project folders in coming up to work on until you have those 3 or at least one of them done. So let's say you have 5 for this week, you accomplished 1. Great, then pick one from one of the others and then substitute. But do not add unless you know that you finished one. So there can only be like 3 to 5 on your desk all the time that you're working on. And then how do you choose those 3 to 5? Well, they have to be based on your core values and beliefs. And that is fairly easy to do. All you have to do is figure out what your main values are right now in your life, and if whatever project you're doing aligns with those. I talk a lot about systems in life and organization in life and how to be productive. So if you want to join our community, we are building a community. Oh, I don't have subscribers, I have community members. And we are trying to all learn from each other how to be organized and how to have really good time management and how to be efficient in life and how to be able to achieve a lot, especially as a creative. If you like what you're hearing, if you'd love to join our community, please subscribe to this channel. When you visit the website, please also be sure to subscribe there. I have several of the pages. It'll say subscribe button, and you just put your email, and then twice a week I send out emails to help you with every aspect of your life planning and organization. All right, that's all I have for this video. I really appreciate that you're with me, and I will catch you in the next video.